Thank you both for being on the podcast. And I wanted to start off by asking you a little bit about this week. It was a very, very tense week as we were waiting for the trial verdict for Derek Chauvin. And I'm kind of curious about how you felt this week with the verdict and what you are thinking about as you chat with other Christians.
The Chauvin verdict and the trial itself is certainly first and foremost a tragic thing, or at least it needs to be seen against that backdrop. African-American man being murdered, and the trial even to the last minute being questionable as far as the outcome of the verdict. That itself, I think, is a commentary on the sad state of racial realities in America. The outcome of the verdict itself, of course, it brings some measure of satisfaction that there might be the possibility of accountability, especially in the realm of police brutality. That hasn't always been the case. The phrase that's been on my mind and my heart a lot this week, the past 2 weeks, is proximate justice, right? It's a little taste. It's a fragment of what we long for, the fullness of which I think God will give us one day. But for now, it's just a piece, just a taste, proximate justice. And so I think that brings proximate joy, proximate relief, still lament, still sadness, but grateful for this small step.
Yeah, I would just echo that. I mean, I think it's obviously tragic for everybody involved. And I think in one way, it's an embodiment of the kind of proximate truth telling that we long for in this culture. On the other hand, I think it can be and is in fact already being used by people to suggest that, see, our system isn't racist after all. And so I think, it's incumbent on all of us to understand that this is a moment in a story that is much larger, and to remember the larger story and not to compress it to this moment one way or the other, but it's a much larger history that we're engaging and responding to. And that's, we kind of have to keep our eye on that.
Hey, thank you so much for checking out this video clip from the Delgado Podcast. To get more videos like this, simply subscribe here on YouTube. You can also download the full episode of each show on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, or your favorite podcast player. Take care.